morning, everybody.
But the wind's coming from that way.
Good morning, people. The weather is absolutely...
Take two, we've got Thingy on the lens. What rain?
On the lens.
Action!
Good morning, YouTube. I've not done a car review.
No, it's fucked again.
It's literally getting worse.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, YouTube. I might actually try to keep this very quiet because I think this is hail. I'm not done a car review and very quiet, very quick. I'm not done a car review in so long. One day I actually tried to come and do a car review. The weather is absolutely horrendous. This is actually hail and it's freezing. And a one car I did not want to be doing a review in freezing cold wet weather. It's this thing. Oh my God, Liam. Yes, it is an S14, and no, it is not standard, and yes, it is brutal, and yes, it is the most, what word did we use? Most impractical car I've literally probably ever driven. This thing is literally like a headache on wheels, but it's pretty fun. But yeah, I'm going to film it from in here and just provide some external cinematics over my talking because it's fucking freezing. This is Alex's S14. Now, he's not actually had it that long. I think he's had it, he's imported it end of last year, I think. It's got some pretty high spec stuff on it. Now, Alex said when he imported it, it already had a lot of things done and it didn't come with any paperwork. So he's been trying to contact most of the companies who've built it, just see what's going on with it. But he's found out quite a lot of things. So basically, he believes it was actually a demo car for BN Sports. BN Sports in Japan are like a drifting sort of parts company, and they like build drift cars and stuff. So he believes this was a demo car for them because it's got a full BN kit on it, which is like the bumper, the rear bumpers, side skirts, over fenders, wide wings, everything's all from BN Sports. And he believes that at some point the engine was forged as well. He's got some proof of it running high boost and stuff. It has got an aftermarket turbo. He's put, yeah, go ahead. I asked Alex, can we do a couple of skids, and he said, yeah, go ahead. So this is actually a Kouki. There's actually a Zenki and a Kouki. Before that, the Sylvia things, I never really understood what they meant. Basically, a Zenki is a pre-facelift and a Kouki is a post-facelift. So this is the Kouki version, so it's post-facelift. Personally, I think it's a much more aggressive one. It's got like the angrier, like projector-style front lights. It's got a Greddy T51 turbo capable of 400 horsepower. He actually doesn't know what power this is running. He's not had it on a dyno, but he estimates between like mid 350, like mid 300s, early 300s. But the one thing you notice, because it's literally nothing in here, like you'll see when we're driving it, it gives you the perception of that you're going much quicker than you are. Like this is such an experience. I drove it here and it's an experience, isn't it, Liam? Yeah. I've not put my foot down just yet, but it is an experience. It has got some cool bits. It's got like a paddle clutch in. I think it's got like a homemade hydro. It's like, obviously it's got the drift button thing, which is and the diff, oh my God, the diff, Liam. The diff, let me tell you exactly what diff it is. Okay, so it's a Nismo 1.5 weight LSD. So it's an LSD, Holy shit, it does not drive like an LSD. Like this thing, we just went through McDonald's drive-through. It literally sounds like the rear axle's gonna fall apart. I kind of feel like getting underneath and just tightening all the fucking bolts because something feels like it's gonna fucking fall off. And then it's got all the cute little bits, like we've got a roll cage in here, something in the roof which rattles weirdly. It literally sounds like a bike where you go on boost. And it's got obviously like intercooler exhaust and stuff. Now the weather's actually dying down a little bit, so I'm going to take you outside the car and show you the car from the outside. So here is the S14, absolutely beautiful looking car. It gets so much attention when you're driving it around. It has got all season tyres on. It has got some, so that's like wet tyres, which is good considering the day. But this is beautiful. I'm not sure on the colour. He's not said anything about the colour. I don't think it's a standard colour, but it's absolutely gorgeous. But I think because of the weather, we're going to jump in, take it for a bit of a skiddy slide slash drive. Right, let's take it for a spin. Now, the first thing you need to know, these are the weirdest harnesses I've ever had in my entire life. Like, I literally got in and I was like, what the fuck? Like, there's just little weird hooks. So apparently we do this one, then this one goes through there, and this one comes through there, and then this one comes through here, and then we hook this one through here. Right, and we're locked in now, we're a professional drifter. If you want to turn, it's probably better to slide, because when you don't slide, this is what happens. Now as you can see instantly, it's very loud in here. It almost feels like really raining when it's not raining at all. He's Snapchatting me in a minute and I have no idea why. This car is so low, like it's so low, and everything's made of fiberglass, so I really don't want to bump on anything because it literally, fiberglass is just crap, it just cracks so easily. Bumping the road! Woo! Now it's quite funny because obviously I've just bought a Sora and I was actually looking at S14s. And I couldn't really decide which one I wanted. I wanted an S14 15 or something like a 1J, like a chaser. And getting in this now, I was quite excited because I was either A, happy about buying the Sora, or B, you know, gutted I didn't buy one of these instead. Jumping in this car now, they're totally different. Like, I actually can't stress how different this is to the Sora. Right here with the wheel and the noises, it actually feels like being in a go-kart. Not related to this, like the steering, but just the feel of it, the way you sat and the noise, and it's a unique car. It's definitely an experience. If this was a daily driver, there'd be no fucking way I'd have this as a car. Come on. There's no cup holders, there's no radio, it's the stiffest thing ever. Actually the gearbox is really nice, like there's no slack in it whatsoever. It's a bit difficult to get into gear, especially you know, if you're trying to drive it slow. Going back to that point, driving it slow, it just hates going slow. If you're not like at high revs, the gears don't slip in nicely, the disc screaming at you because it's just jumping everywhere. It just has to be driven fast. Now the one thing I've noticed comparing this to my Sora is this is way more steady on boost. Like in first gear, like it cuts out a little bit, but it's pretty much, it drives straight. My Sora is all over the show. Now considering listening to the diff and how stiff it feels, I thought this would be way all over the show. But this is actually quite relatively, drives quite nice in a straight line. Lockwood, yeah. Oh shit, are you ready for this? You can tell how stiff it is, like it's so stiff, it just slips so nicely and you can barely even tell you've lost traction. The only time you can actually tell you've lost traction is when it fucking hits the rev limiter, like. Oh my god, this is fun! It's actually weird being in a car other than a Honda, which you almost feel like it actually loves being at that red line. Like a lot of cars, when you get to that red line, it's like, but this, it's fun, man. And it's not stupid. It probably feels around about 300 horsepower, just a little bit over. But I feel like right now it's like the perfect amount of power, because once you get out of first gear, second gear feels quick. I've not gone through third or fourth, but second gear does feel fast. I suppose it's a little bit giving you that perception of that it's actually quicker than it is, because everything's just so, you've got such an experience. I keep saying the word again, but you've got such an experience in here with like there's nothing inside, it's all stripped out, it's so loud, you can hear the diff, you can literally hear the fucking prop shaft spinning underneath you. It's fun, it's a fun car. I actually love this, it's so sick. It's brutal, dangerous, terrible to drive every day, but man, this is sick. So I'm intrigued to see what this turbo's like. I'm not sure how big it is. So I'm gonna roll them boots on like 2.5 and see when it actually comes on. So 2.5 grand, second gear, right with floors. Okay, so you're at full boost and like, fucking hell. That's so weird. Right, okay, so this actually has got a VVTi. It's got a VVTi head on this. I'm not sure if all the silvers come with that, but he mentioned something. Is it a notch top kit? Notch top? Something. I think it's a different head. So that's got VVTi. That is literally like VTEC. Did you feel it coming like 5.5? Boost. Then VVTi. Shit. Woo!
It literally feels like VTEC.
It literally feels like VTEC.
As soon as it hits, it's
yeah,
like
boom. And the noise comes on and everything. Holy fuck, I've thought, man, it's not that fast. Soon as 5 goes bang, and you can hear it. That's literally like having the turbo and the VTEC. That is fucking fun, man. My god, it just spins out like, ugh. It's not a car for UK roads, especially not in the wet. Wow. Found a good spot to end the video. Liam's going to get cool photos. Liam's going to grab the camera. I'm going to give my final opinion on this car. Right, so I'm going to finalise the video here. I'm going to end the video here. Wow, this is a dangerous car, isn't it, Liam?
Yeah.
This is, there's one phrase which comes to mind, and that people are going to say that it's stupid, but with great power comes great responsibility. Now, although this hasn't got a lot of power, this is a fucking dangerous car, man.
Very dangerous.
This is just so raw. Like, I actually can't get over how everything's just everything's built for a track. Like, everything's just so stiff. The boost comes on at like 3.5 and the VVTi kicks in at like 5, and once you've got all that bit, it's just so raw. And I mean, it is scary to drive, don't get it wrong, like it is actually scary to drive.
Being a passenger.
It's scary, man. This is probably one of the like scary, but it gives you a sense of safety because it's so stiff.
Yeah, but at the same
and
time,
it's so well feels, but as soon as it kicks out, or as soon as you're in a little bit of a sick situation, holy shit, man. I actually went into this review with a complete different feeling of how Silvius would be. This is now I know this isn't like a standard Silvia, but this is definitely not what I thought Silvia would be. I thought Silvia would be a lot more tame. Yeah. This is just brutal, like it's absolutely brutal.
Especially for like, you know, mid 300s.
It's like absolutely brutal. There's just not one thing on it which is forgiving. Everything just literally is like a barking dog.
It's misleading, isn't it?
It's fucking fun. I think, to be fair, I think a lot of that is because it's terrible weather. I think in the dry it would be so much fun because you could literally use everything, but in this weather it's a dangerous car, man. It's just fucking dangerous. I've actually had to cut this review a little bit short because, man, it's almost tried to kill me for a couple times, and I'm not one to push fate, so I'm not going for a third time. So we pulled over, thought, right, let's wrap this up here. We've got enough footage, man. What do you think of it, Liam?
I rate it.
I fucking love it.
A lot.
I did not think I would, but I absolutely love it. Like, it's just one of those cars. I know it's such a usually widely used term. It wants to be abused, but this genuinely does. Like, it's that red light, everything's screaming, rah, 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 rah.
I think it's because it's so raw inside as well. It makes it a lot worse.
Yeah, oh, it's just it just makes you feel like you're in hell.
Yeah, you feel like you're safe because there's nothing in it and bucket seats and roll cage. But when you put your power down, it's like, whoa.
And the thing is, it's when you're driving slow in it, it sounds horrible because the diff's going, the steering's locking on, it hates going slow. Like, it's the worst. It's easier to skid round than to turn round because they he's fucking sick, man, but my god, is that scary. I'm surprised he's giving me the fucking key to that. Like, holy shit, that's a scary car. Thank you, Alex. Alex's Instagram would have been at the front of the video. It's going to be here again. He's been super cool about this. He's not had it so long. Thank you for Liam Hart Photography to come and help me film. And thank you again to Greenlight for making all these reviews possible. Not sure if they want to be watching this one. Nah, we've been alright. It's just, it's bad weather. No, thanks so much, lads. I love you all. This is a fucking sick car, and everyone's gonna be like, do you regret getting your Sora? Do you regret? No, this is amazing. I still love the Sora, and they're totally different
Two completely different cars.
Two completely different cars. And at the end of the day, I feel like with this is a really prime example drift slag. Yeah. Realistically, you can pick up rotten ones for like $3 grand, which is just rotten. So if you wanted to go and have one with a bit of a laugh and just fucking put it in a bin, you can get one. So I won't put out the line. Maybe sometime on the channel we'll be getting a rotted S14 drift slot. But right, we're gonna get Liam cracking with the photos. So thank you very much.